I mean, we have to admit there's a lot more consumer mentality, isn't there? Consumer, because we have the dating apps and we can swipe through people, and that can also actually translate into real life. Okay, well, we met once and I didn't feel it right away, and I'm kind of swiping and saying like, that's it, not giving it a chance. The lack of allowing that to happen, the intimacy, or not taking enough time with that, can then also result in not having enough empathy for the other, because you're not allowing yourself to really get to know them on a very deep level. And with this lack of empathy, then this closeness can't really happen. And one of the things that can really, in my experience, let sexual energy flow is the closeness, is the intimacy. So one thing is the attraction. It's almost like another level. It's like this attraction energy is one thing. That's beautiful. And that might lead to having great sexual experiences that are very heated and very hot, but maybe also quite short in length of lovemaking as well as in maybe length of relationship. But if you dare to share maybe also your weaknesses, you talk about what you're really feeling, or talk about what's really a question in your mind about the other, risking that it might be an upset and it might take away from the fluffy kind of beginning energy of getting to know each other, then you might not get to that point where this sort of more sexual alchemy level of sexuality opens up, because it's like a flower that I feel opens up when you're connecting. In the attraction, I mean both the physical and the energetic attraction. Like there's an energetic attraction. And then this sort of openness of the flow of more of the emotional, like the more hidden me, like that maybe comes when we tell each other the stories of our childhood, and then, oh wow, you really had that experience as well, and I'm starting to empathize. Oh wow, that must have been hard. Or, oh, you're not feeling so strong in the world or whatever, then I'm empathizing, and that opens up a sort of emotional, also energy, but it's on a different level. In Kashmir Shivaism, you see the body as having 5 different, they call them sheaths. You have the physical, that's the smallest but densest. And then you have the pranic one, which I would call the energy one. I always refer to that as energy, prana. And it's only about this big on your body. It's like really I think they've even been able to photograph it on plants. Sort of a little bit comes out. It's like the life force. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying retaining the life force. And then we have a bigger body, what they call the astral body. And that can be huge also. And sometimes we draw it in, sometimes we are porous. And there are different astral body types even. So the attraction, the energetic attraction, can be like, wow, here's a guy, he's super young, he's got his energy together, he's confident about his skills, he's doing things in life, and with his confidence, his pranic energy is also like, cha, it's like really there. And then as a woman, you might feel like, oh wow, this really feelable masculine energy, and that would be energetic. Once we have to use words, we're in a different part of our brain. We're not just being. Now I have to formulate, how I'm feeling, and not all of us are versed in our own language of how to do that, because we haven't done it a lot. But the more we do it, I feel, and the simpler we keep it, and the more honest we keep it with a beloved or a lover, the more this emotional intimacy can show up, of course, as we all know. I'm stating the obvious, but it's for a reason. With this, because we can sometimes think, or we can sometimes look for, I want this amazing attraction energy, which, yeah, we want that. But then in the sexual alchemy, in the way we're talking about it here, how do you get to that point where you're comfortably connecting in a way where your lovemaking is longer? And that seems like, I'm not talking about like being ambitious about how long it is, but it seems to be that if you can have longer lovemakings, there seems to be points where you then actually connect into something more divine. There's really this mystery there, as many of us know, that could also happen in 5 or 10 minutes, but it's more often than not, I've noticed it, if it's longer than half an hour or even an hour or something like that. And that's not to be ambitious about it, but to be aware of it, that something happens through the lovemaking that opens something. Yeah, to just put as few words on it as possible and to keep it as open for you as possible, that you know that in your own journey, your own discovery of your own mystery, there is something there that you can maybe find out. And it doesn't have to be that it's really the penetration part that's longer. It can just also be just the entire time you're spending together. Maybe you're starting with something else, a massage and foreplay, and or just being, just holding, and all of that can be, that's the time you're spending. And then, after an hour you realize, oh, something's actually changing in the room. I'm feeling myself open up, or I'm feeling the room differently, I'm feeling my lover differently. So that is really one of the things to be aware of with something that you can make intentions on together, to go into that space.